as the song says, let me go home, because that's where we are. Today, we're going to work on this. We took this out for a camp trip, our first one, and on the way back, I hit the old heater, and if you'll remember right, when we bought it, we had a problem with this squealing. And it worked, but it, squealed. So I drilled a little hole, you can see that little hole there? And I dropped a little oil in it, and that took care of the squealing. But when I turned it on, I could smell a little, that electrical smell you get, like something ain't right, when I turned the blower on. So what we're going to do today is we're going to pull that blower motor out and replace it, because I don't want this breaking down on the road. They're only between $35 and $90, depending on where you get them, if you get it here and install it yourself. Now, if you're on the road, you know what that's going to cost. So what we're working on today is it's a motor home. You can tell that. It's a Ford Chassis 2016 E350. I've not seen any videos on there of this exact year of how to do this. Now, I know you got to pull the battery out, so we're going to do that. That's pretty simple. You just unhook the battery. Take your negative off first, guys. Always do that. Then we'll take off the positive. Then we can get down in here to the blower motor. Now, I got to check and see how much room we got. I think I got to loosen some of this up. I think you might have to take the battery tray out. But I'll show you as we go along here what we got to do to pull that out. Luckily, it's not under the dash or some odd place. This should come out pretty easy. Fingers crossed. Let's check it out. Well, I got the battery terminals off. On my case, everyone's going to probably be different. Mine took a little 5/16 wrench. You can see it right there. That one right there took it off. I got my metrics out and my American wrenches, and just in case. So now we got them off. I take black tape and I just tape up the red side. I probably don't need to, but I don't know if the batteries inside of there in the motorhome itself are connected to this or not. But I'm gonna wrap it up so it don't short out anyway. Maybe you don't have to, but I do. What the heck? Now all I got to do is go down in here, and they're right down in there. See if we can zoom in and see if I can see anything down there. Even somewhere down there, there's a bolt that holds this tray in, or battery in. So I'm going to try to get that out. I'll tell you what size that is. Just a second. Well, I'd like to tell you what size this is that bolts right into there and holds that down, but whoever changed this last time didn't put it back. Battery was just floating in here. So we may do something about that. But now I'm going to take these 4 bolts out. Let's see what size they are. Well, there's the wrench I decided to use. It's an old Husky wireless. It works pretty good, and it's a 1/2-inch bolt here. That's all there is to it. You put it on there and you take these 4 out. That's how easy that is. And then I'll get the other 3 out of there. You don't need to listen to that noise. But I'll get them 3 out, and then I always keep a box so I can put my nuts and bolts in. This is magnetic. This is a drawer off of something. But anyway, we had to get more tools. This is the dielectric grease. I'm going to put that on the batteries. I always do that on all electrical connections. So we'll put that on when we put her back together, but I grabbed it while I was in there. Now, okay, let's get the tray out. That's what she looks like right there. Now we just got to get that motor out. We're going to have to loosen this up on positive to move, get that motor out of there. But it should move forward, I hope. We'll figure that one out. But that's that out. We had to get a different tool. That didn't have the power because they were rusted in, so we had to get that one out. We got 2 out with that one, and then the last 2 with a bigger, more powerful automatic gun. Rat-a-tat-tat. All right, Now let's find out what screw size. I think these are, they look like they're maybe 5/16 on those too. I don't know. I'm gonna grab a wrench, I'll let you know. We gotta take this plug-in off right here. Don't break that thing. You don't wanna break it. That comes off now. This boot right here, you can see it down there. She comes right off. She should come, yeah, it's just a kind of a cooler or something. I don't know what it is. Anyway, it's off. All right, let's get that thing's coming out easy so far. Cross the fingers again, knock on wood. Okay, hang in here. Yeah, here we are. Hey, we got to definitely take off that evaporator and move it back. We don't want to unhook none of this stuff because then you got to get it recharged and you're talking money. So, but what you got there is you got a little, what was that, a 10 millimeter. Let's see if we can get it in there and show you. Ooh, we lost control of ourselves a minute ago. Okay, you do definitely got to take that thing off or move it back. Don't take it off. Don't unhook none of this stuff. That's for your air conditioning. You'll be down there getting it charged up and you ain't gonna like the price of that. So right here, these little bolts got to come out. They are 10 millimeter. I knew something would be millimeter. That one was easy to get to. This one down here, I thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to get to that? Well, they put a hole right through there so you can put your wrench right through there and grab it. So you get your 10 on there. Now we should be able to move that back. I need a better light system here. Should be able to move that back, and then we can start undoing those. And those are 5/16 right there. We got, looks like 5 of them maybe. I don't know. We'll tell you when we get to it. But we're going to take that one off down there at the bottom. Pull this back. That should give us enough play to get that out. Let's hope. Well, I got the camera sitting here on the deal. I don't know if you guys need to know how to use a wrench or not, but that's pretty simple. Yeah, it is a 5/16, and they're screw-looking things. Get the first one out right there. It's a screw-looking thing. So it's probably just screwing into plastic. So we'll take off the rest of those. It looks like there is 1, 2, 3. Huh. Whatever there is, I'll tell you in a minute. I'll get them all out and then we'll try to pull this thing out. There was 4 screws in this, and then I was going to show you how hard it is to pull that out of there. So I grabbed it and moved it and it fell right out. So now what we got to do is try to get this. See, one side is flat. There's a flat side on it right there. I think we're going to try to get that flat side right there to go by here. Now you can take this thing off if it's in your way. That just rubber band there goes around that. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to need both hands to get this wiggled out of there. Then I'll show it to you. But that's what you got to do now. There's your everything there. All we got to do is get it through here. See, there. Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's going to take both hands because I'm going to have to pull this back a little bit. And then I think it'll come right out. Well, that came right out. No problem. Don't forget to unplug your electrical if I didn't tell you that already. Just lift that up. That plugs into right here. Just lift that up over that little hook, and then you slide that right out. Now, then you also got to take your this little thing out. This is your little breather tube. That just goes around there. It's got a rubber band, holds it in there. That goes back at the back there. Take that off because you're going to need that. But that came right out easy. They did something good on this for a change. It's made something easy. Now when we get done, we just bolt all this back together. But right now, I get a part number off this, and I'm going to order it. There's a part number right there. I'll get one ordered. Yeah, that's 2016. It's got about 180,000 miles on it, so it did good. 4 bolts held it. It's 4 screws. That's all. And it's turning, but something was smoking, and I had to drill it. Remember, put a little hole in the motor here somewhere, right there, and put a little oil in it. That helped it, but there was a smell that I didn't like, and I think it was the motor starting up. It's a little dry in there. We're just going to replace it. And here's your squirrel cage. Some of the new ones come with new squirrel cages on them, and some don't. I don't know what I'll get when I order it, but that is easy to remove. You just pull this little keeper off here, pull that out. That's going to need some oil on it. I'll put some oil on it just in case I got to reuse it. And so that came out pretty easy. Just pull this out. Just don't unhook none of that. That's going to be so expensive if you unhook that. So don't. You don't need to. Take them 2 screws out I showed you, and you got enough play to get it out. Had to wiggle it a little bit, but it came out. Now, I got to order that. You're going to see the next clip right now, but this probably took days for me to get the parts in. So I'm just going to put all my tools in my little box, set them in there, and wait. Because we ain't going anywhere for a while. This is Memorial Weekend, and I sure as heck ain't going camping out there with all them guys. So I'm going to put all this up, order that, and now you're going to see what I do next. Do I have to replace this? Do I get one? You'll know in a second, because it's the next clip. Beautiful day. Finally, 70 degrees. I like it. Oh, I built me a fence. Squirrel. Next clip right now. Okay, yeah. We got one from Nampa. And here we go. There's the one, there's the old one. Here's the new one. Oh, wait, they don't look the same. Why don't they look the same? Well, because they didn't put that on there. We got to put that on it. It did come with a new kind of gasket. So I got to kind of stick that thing on there. Because you know how fun that's going to be to try to get it to stay in there. So we'll have to put a little sticky on that. And the plug-in's different. This is probably made in, where's it made? Oh, it's made in China. Yeah, and it passed. Okay, but I think it's the same thing. This one's made in Mexico. America, I sure wish you guys made your own stuff, because I'd buy it. I would. So anyway, we're going to take that apart. We got to pull this off. Notice that's not on there. But, so all we got to do is pull that little thing off, and that's going to be a two-handed project. But they did send a new one with this one. So I can just stick it back on. And I might show you. I mean, you pull this off, take that off, put it on there. How much simpler can that be? Hang in here. I'm going to get it ready. All right, nobody shows you this part, I noticed. I got the battery sitting here. It's on a trickle charger. Why not? It's all ready to go. It's all lubed up. But to get this off of here, you got to drive that little peg down. Now, you can just hold this in your hand and hammer it. Or if there was two of you, one could hold it on both sides and then one could hammer it down. But if you're by yourself, you got to get you a couple little boards or something and prop it up. So then you can take your punch, like so, and then hit your hammer and tap it down. Let me say that again. Tap it. Don't be beating on it with a big hammer or it will break. So that's how you do that. Tap it down. That's all. Okay? And we're about ready to pull that one off, and I got this tacked on there with a little adhesive. Silicone adhesive. Yep. All right. Well, let's continue. I told you about the WD-40 or any kind of penetrating oil. You want to make sure you put a little on there so you can pull that out. Now, if you'll notice, one side is square. It's round and then it's square. Well, guess what? This is square and round. Oh my God, it won't fit. Oh, wait a minute, let's turn it here. Now it's square and round. It'll fit. Okay, so what we got to do now is just drop this on, like so, and then we'll tap that on too. Oh, I don't even need to tap it on. Down there she goes. Now all we got to do is put this new clip on it, slide it right over it. Where's you use my teeth to open it. There we go. Now we take this clip here. It goes over here and slides right down on there. It's difficult with one hand, but I can't do it. But I'll get that pushed on. That'll hold it on. It's ready to go back in. So next shot I don't know if I need to show you anymore, but I will show you more. Hang in here. Pretty simple. Put it back together the way it took apart. Well, I did get it on. I will show you a little more right here. Remember that other one? wouldn't even hardly spin. That's the way this one's supposed to spin. I think it's a lot better. I know it's better because I don't have to stick no oil in it. So, you know, it does have a notch thing in it. See that? What the heck's that all about? It better work. I'm going to be calling the old Nampa place if it don't. So there we go. I'm going to stick that in there and fire it up, see how she works. You'll see that. Well, as in anything, get your bolts all started and then tighten in enough so they won't fall out. And then you can finish tightening them up. I got to finish tightening these up, but that's the way she goes, just like that. And then this plug-in will plug into this plug-in right here, other than plugging into the back like it used to. Now I got to put my rubber band on there, and put my vent on there. Well, I got to tighten it up first. Then I'll put all that together, then that'll be good enough. But that's how you do that. And I always put on the mileage and the date that it was changed. It's awful bright out here today. I don't know if you can see that or not, but anyway, that's bolted back where it's supposed to be. So put that back, got that in, got your hose hooked up, your vent hose, I guess that's what that is. When we put the battery in it, then we can test it. All the wires, checking all that, that looks good. So battery tray, and then the battery. Well, like I said, 2 of these were rusted. So I'm putting some Never Sees on that, or what do they call this? I always call it Never Sees. I think it's Anti-Seize. Yeah, Anti-Seize. I'm going to put some, I put that on a lot of bolts I don't want seizing up on me, and I don't want those seizing up on me. Battery will hold them in. So, okay, that one, wherever I put it, there it is. Put that in, put the rest in. Never. Anti-Seize, use it. Once again, I started all the bolts before I tightened them. And I put the anti-seize on them. Now I'm going to go grab the battery. I didn't get a fastener for that. Okay. Well, it ain't going anywhere, I guess. I don't like it that way. I like things right. But I'm going to put the battery in now and we'll check everything out. Battery's dropped in. I did clean the battery off and I cleaned the terminal. Got the grease right here, so it'll be okay. And that's the tool I used. So if you're going to take your battery out and put it back in, clean it up while you're doing it. Do it right, you won't regret it. Now we're going to hook up the positive, then the negative, and hopefully it's fixed. So we got these tight, and they got the grease on them. So I'm going to cover this one up with that. That's a pretty lousy thing, but I guess it works. And then we're going to go in and give it a try. First thing I'm going to do is go get the key, because I don't have the keys on me. Okay, let's go in there and give it a try, see what happens. Well, we're in the rig. I turned the keys on. I didn't turn it on and let you hear all the beeps and whistles. It's talking to me. Everything's talking to me. Can you see that? There you go. Backup. You couldn't see this in the last video, but that is working great. That's my backup camera. This is the navigation. Right there, it's working great. Worked great. I hear a fan running already. It's off. Maybe it runs all the time. Let's see. You hear that noise, guys? Neither do I. Hey, we got it. Turn that noisy thing off. All right, guys. Hey, this is who's been talking to you right here. Oh, what happened? Let's turn this key off. There we go. Yep, this has been talking to you. OG RAThbun here. Hey, I got a lot of videos on here, and you're going to see a little thing coming up here in a minute. And if you could subscribe, it would help me out greatly, because I'm trying to build my channel up, and it's been forever trying to get up to 10,000, because I don't go out and buy subscriptions like a lot of people can. You can go out there, and I guess maybe some of you didn't know that. You can go out there on different lines and buy subscriptions, and I'm doing it the right way. I'm doing it hard. I'm doing one at a time, and that's you. So subscribe to my channel, even if you never watch another one. Subscribe to it anyway. Put it in your background. Put it back there somewhere. Maybe someday you'll go, oh, I bet OG RAThbun's been up to something, and you'll go look me up. So do that. Subscribe. I hope this helped you out because, like I said, I didn't see any on this year of what I just did. And I'm very happy. That sounds good, didn't it? Quiet. Quiet is good. Hey, well, I'll see you all around. Maybe we'll see you at Sturgis. Yeah, I do go there. Check out my videos, guys.